What if the single biggest reason someone doesn't get help in an emergency has nothing to do with the people around them, but simply the number of people around them? This isn't just a theory, it's a proven psychological phenomenon that changed how we understand human behavior forever. This is the story of the bystander effect, a concept thrust into the public eye after a tragic event in 1964. The shocking details of Kitty Genovese's case, as initially reported, claimed that dozens of witnesses watched her prolonged struggle and did nothing. While these specific reports were later found to be significantly exaggerated, the tragedy sparked a vital question for psychologists Bibb Latané and John Darley. Why do people sometimes fail to help when others are present? They designed a series of experiments to uncover the hidden social forces at play. The scientists hypothesized that the presence of others actually diffuses responsibility. Their experiments were cleverly designed. In one famous study, they placed a participant in a room, sometimes alone, sometimes with others. When alone, 75% of participants reported the smoke almost immediately. But when in a group with actors who were instructed to ignore the smoke, the rate of reporting plummeted to just 10%. The participants looked to others for cues on how to behave, and since everyone was remaining passive, they assumed the situation must not be an emergency. This is known as pluralistic ignorance. The results were clear and consistent across many similar experiments. The more people present in an emergency situation, the less likely any single individual is to step in and help. Responsibility doesn't just feel shared, it feels dissolved. Everyone assumes someone else will be the one to call for assistance or intervene, and as a result, often no one does. This isn't necessarily about apathy. It's about a profound and counterintuitive failure of social cues in a crowd. The controversy surrounding this concept, particularly its link to the Genovese case, stems from the initial inaccurate reporting. This led to a great deal of societal self-criticism about coldness and apathy. The controversy today is that this story is often oversimplified. The real lesson isn't that people are uncaring, but that our brains are wired to look to others in ambiguous situations to decide how to act. It's a systems failure, not necessarily a character failure. So, how do we apply this knowledge to our daily lives? The power of understanding the bystander effect is that it gives us the tools to break the cycle. If you ever find yourself in need of help in a crowd, be specific. Instead of yelling, "Someone help," point to one person and say, "You in the blue jacket? Call 911 right now." This assigns clear responsibility and cuts through the diffusion. And if you witness a potential emergency, don't assume that because others are calm, the situation is fine. Trust your gut. Your action can become the cue that gives others permission to act as well. Ultimately, the bystander effect teaches us that humanity isn't lost in a crowd. It's just waiting for a clear signal. By understanding this psychological principle, we transform from passive observers into active participants. We learn that the responsibility to create a compassionate and responsive community doesn't fall on someone else. It falls on every single one of us to be that first person who steps up. Please subscribe, like, and share this video.